In 1513, Vasco Núñez de Balboa, a Spanish conquistador, embarked on a daring expedition through the dense jungles of Panama. Driven by rumors of a vast ocean, his quest culminated in a momentous discovery. Balboa became the first European to lay eyes on the Pacific Ocean from the American continent. This pivotal moment ignited a vision that would captivate the world for centuries, a dream of a waterway connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Maps began to depict this narrow strip of land as a potential gateway between two mighty oceans. The Isthmus of Panama, once a formidable barrier, was now viewed as a strategic linchpin for trade and navigation. The allure of shortening voyages between Europe and the riches of the East Indies fueled the ambitions of empires and entrepreneurs alike. However, transforming this vision into reality proved to be a daunting challenge. The unforgiving terrain, dense jungles, and the threat of tropical diseases posed formidable obstacles. Yet, the dream persisted, passed down through generations, waiting for the right moment and the necessary technological advancements to come to fruition. The stage was set for a series of audacious attempts to turn Balboa's dream into a tangible reality. The 19th century witnessed the first concrete attempt to construct a canal through Panama. Ferdinand de Lesseps, a celebrated French engineer, fresh from his success in completing the Suez Canal, took up the monumental task. Under de Lesseps' leadership, the French company commenced work in 1881. Thousands of workers from across the globe descended upon Panama, lured by the promise of employment and the chance to be part of a historic endeavor. However, the project soon began to encounter a series of devastating setbacks. Outbreaks of yellow fever and malaria ripped through the labor camps, claiming thousands of lives. Coupled with the health crisis were a series of engineering miscalculations and financial mismanagement. Landslides were frequent, and the Culebra Cut, a key section of the canal route, became a notorious symbol of the project's woes. By 1889, after years of struggle and a staggering loss of life, the French effort collapsed into bankruptcy. The dream of a Panama Canal lay shattered, leaving behind a legacy of financial ruin and human tragedy. The failure of the French did not extinguish the dream of a Panama Canal. The United States, a rising power with growing global ambitions, recognized the strategic importance of such a waterway. After a brief consideration of a Nicaraguan route, the United States purchased the French assets in Panama in 1903. Following Panama's declaration of independence from Colombia, the United States signed a treaty with the newly independent nation, granting the U.S. perpetual rights to a strip of land across the isthmus. Under the leadership of John Stevens and later, Colonel George Washington Goethals, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers took charge of the project. They instituted strict sanitation measures, effectively combating yellow fever and malaria. After a decade of Herculean effort, the Panama Canal was officially opened on August 15, 1914. The canal ushered in a new era of global trade and maritime travel, forever altering the map of global commerce and geopolitics. For much of the 20th century, the Panama Canal remained under U.S. control. However, the issue of Panamanian sovereignty over the canal zone became a growing point of contention. The Torrijos-Carter treaties, signed in 1977, paved the way for the eventual handover of the canal to Panama. On December 31, 1999, amidst scenes of jubilation and national pride, the Panama Canal was officially transferred to Panamanian control. Since assuming control, Panama has demonstrated a strong commitment to the canal's upkeep and modernization. Aware of the waterway's vital role in global trade, Panama has invested heavily in its expansion and maintenance. The Panama Canal Authority, or ACP, has implemented a series of improvements, including the construction of new locks and the deepening of navigation channels. These efforts have significantly increased the canal's capacity and efficiency, reinforcing its position as a crucial artery of global commerce. Despite Panama's successful stewardship of the canal, recent years have witnessed growing challenges and geopolitical tensions. Rising operating costs, coupled with the impacts of climate change, have put a strain on the canal's financial stability and operational efficiency. Water shortages, a consequence of recurring droughts, pose a significant threat to the canal's operations. The canal relies heavily on fresh water from the Gatun Lake to raise and lower ships through its lock system. Declining water levels have forced the ACP to impose draft restrictions on vessels, limiting the amount of cargo they can carry. These challenges have been compounded by increasingly strained relations between Panama and the United States. Former U.S. President Donald Trump's criticism of the canal's rising fees and his suggestion that the U.S. might consider regaining control of the waterway have inflamed tensions. Adding to the complexity are observations from influential figures like Elon Musk, who have pointed to the canal's financial and environmental vulnerabilities. Musk's suggestion that rising fees might be a sign of Panama's struggle to maintain the canal has further fueled debate about the waterway's long-term viability. The Panama Canal stands as a testament to human ambition, engineering prowess, and the interconnectedness of the modern world. From its early envisioning by Balboa to its completion by the United States and its eventual return to Panama, the canal's story reflects the ebb and flow of history and the pursuit of progress. Today, the canal faces a confluence of challenges, from environmental concerns to geopolitical tensions. Its future hinges on finding sustainable solutions to address water scarcity, adapting to the impacts of climate change, and navigating the complexities of international relations. The canal's ability to overcome these obstacles will determine its continued role as a linchpin of global commerce. The Panama Canal serves as a potent reminder that in an increasingly interconnected world, the fate of nations and the flow of goods are inextricably intertwined. As the world grapples with the challenges of the 21st century, the Panama Canal's legacy reminds us that our collective destiny is shaped by our ability to bridge divides, both physical and ideological.